Lesnar, Carwin, UFC 116, Saturday, July 3rd. Check your local listings.
July 3rd, MGM Grand Garden Arena. Brock Lesnar versus Shane Carwin collide in the biggest physical matchup and the biggest promotional matchup in UFC history.
This is a real heavyweight fight. The biggest heavyweight fight ever.
Two gigantic, powerful, dangerous fighters facing off to make one undisputed champion in the biggest fight, literally, in the history of the division.
It's not even about a comeback. This is a title defense.
Fans out there have been craving a heavyweight fight like this for a long time.
I am this guy that really thinks to this day that I'm invincible. I feel no threat by him whatsoever. I don't feel any threats by anybody. This is my house.
For Brock Lesnar, a big question will be, not only has he taken a long time off of fighting, but he is coming off of a very serious ailment.
I had a hole in my stomach. That's your lifeblood. You know, your stomach is your main means of survival.
Fortunately for Brock, he altered his diet and it cleaned itself up and he healed himself up miraculously. How much did that ailment take out of Brock Lesnar, if anything? Is he 100%? We're going to find out when he faces Shane Carwin, because if he's not 100%, he could be in big trouble. Shane Carwin is the most dangerous challenger in the heavyweight division. Not a single fighter has been able to get through a round with this guy.
Down goes Wellis!
When my hands touch people, they go down. I don't care how big you are.
Shane Carwin's a beast. He knocks everybody out.
He took out Gabriel Gonzaga, a man who many people think is a top 10 heavyweight contender.
Gonzaga's out!
And then, of course, dispatching former champion Frank Mir inside of one round in a brutal, brutal knockout.
Shane Carwin has defeated Frank Mir! That is some serious power!
It's a lifetime of work right here.
It was a good fight, but he's still wearing a belt that's a make-believe belt.
Brock's words mean nothing to me. Whatever he said about the belt being fake and that he had the real one, well, I'm coming after it.
I found it rather amusing, and for him to get up and give his acceptance speech, and it was the greatest day of his life. I looked there and thought, if that's the greatest day of your life, I feel sorry for you.
Brock Lesnar is ridiculously fast. One of the fastest guys at 265 pounds I have ever seen in my life.
Everybody knows what an unbelievably massive, powerful, explosive athlete and fighter Brock Lesnar is.
For a 265-pound Goliath, this guy moves literally like a welterweight. It's really a freaky thing to see.
He might be as tall as I am, and he might weigh the same as I do, but there's a whole nother level of athleticism here that we're talking about.
What kind of performance are we going to see out of a healthy, 100% rejuvenated, reinvigorated, and healed up Brock Lesnar? We might just see a Brock Lesnar that scares everybody else in the heavyweight division.
When they close that cage and I see Brock across from me, I want to tear him apart.
This is my belt. This is my time. I just don't see anybody taking that away from me right now.
At the end of the day, what really means something is to be the baddest dude on the planet. I'm the heavyweight champion of the world.
I'm a handful for anybody. You step in there, it's going to be a war, and it's not going to be fun.
Come fight night, I'm going to be at the top of my game, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to win and to stay the champion.
You got two huge, powerful, explosive guys going in to fight each other, two freight trains that are going to crash head to head. on a card where Shane and Brock is the main event. This could end up being fight of the night.
Really, they match up very well. Yoshihiro Akiyama taking on Wanderlei Silva, to him, is a tremendous honor because Wanderlei Silva in Japan during the Pride days was one of the most popular, if not the most popular fighter representing the sport over there.
Champion Wanderlei Silva.
It could be good night.
Oh, he's in big trouble.
There's the takedown.
The thing about Wanderlei Silva is, I don't care what country we go to in the world or what city, he is one of the most beloved fighters in the UFC. Wanderlei Silva comes out guns a-blazing and looking to knock you out, and he'll get knocked out trying, and people love him for it.
He has some of the nastiest knockouts. If you watch his fights in Pride, I mean, Wanderlei was one of the most brutal guys to ever fight in mixed martial arts. He has dropped down from 205 pounds now to 185 pounds, which I think is a much better weight class for him.
I'm feel healthy, and I'm training better. I don't feel my joints pain so much.
Wanderlei Silva has new life in the middleweight division at 185. He looked fantastic against Michael Bisping, and he would like to continue this momentum.
Rocked out. Good flurry at the end for Silva. Trying to switch, kicking out. Got it again.
Wanderlei Silva has much more experience in the cage than Akiyama, but Akiyama is, at least on paper, a much better grappler than Wanderlei Silva is.
I think he's gonna try to put me in the ground, for sure.
Delivered a straight right. This time he caught the kick and got the takedown.
You guys still with me here. The guy needs to have a balls, no?
Oh, check yourselves.
Nice leg kick. Jab and a right hand, and here he catches him with a right hook. Nice left hook by Wanderlei.
Should be an advantage for Wanderlei to be fighting in the cage.
Akiyama is very much like Wanderlei Silva. This guy comes out, he doesn't care who you are, what you've done, who you've beat. He's going to come out and go toe-to-toe with you. If he feels you're a better striker than he is, he's going to stand up and strike with you and try to beat you at your own game.
Nice counter right.
He had a really good UFC debut against Alan Belcher, really had some good takedowns in that fight, did a great job of the stand-up as well against Alan Belcher, who's a very talented stand-up fighter.
He just landed a very nice leg kick.
Solid and very dangerous.
Japanese want to take on the biggest, strongest, toughest guy, and Wanderlei Silva has an incredible reputation in Japan, and Akiyama wants to face him.
I feel Wanderlei Silva is as aggressive today as he was as a Pride champion.
Not only did Akiyama ask for Wanderlei, he actually was willing to sit out and wait till Wanderlei was available.
A victory over Wanderlei will ignite the martial arts world in Asia, and I will become a recognizable fighter in the UFC.
Akiyama and Wanderlei Silva is going to be an epic battle, in my opinion. I think Wanderlei is much more suited to 185 pounds, and Akiyama is a very strong 185-pounder. This is going to be a fantastic matchup.
This summer, the most powerful champion in UFC history is back. And look who's been waiting for him. Undefeated, 12-0, all finishes, and no one escaping the first round. Shane Carwin versus Brock Lesnar for the undisputed heavyweight title.
Bang! That is some serious power! It is all over!
UFC 116, live July 3rd, only on pay-per-view.